She's so pure, even the ocean is amazed. She don't know, whatever she does, the wind obeys. While I play the guitar and you're strumming on my heart, I think you're heaven sent. You are a blessing and you're safe inside my hand. I found an angel. She fell from heaven yesterday. I found an angel. She holds my heart within her wings. I found an angel. Such colors when flowers see you walk past. Ooh, I play the guitar, you're strumming on my heart. I know you're heaven sent. You are a blessing, and you're safe inside my hand. I found an angel. She fell from heaven yesterday. I found an angel. She holds my heart within her wings. I found an angel, and she is all that I need.
Let's speed things up. Talofa world, Talofa Utah, welcome into Budah's Lounge under Everyday People. We do this every Monday. We are live, and the whole idea behind this video stream podcast is to give flowers to people in our community, everyday people who are doing extraordinary things. Now, I will preface this interview by saying if we were just two coconuts in New Zealand, in Australia, talking about movies that my cousin has done, nobody would blink an eye because it's every day. It happens in New Zealand and Australia every day where they see two brown guys who are doing movies, who are doing TV. So for me, it's a proud moment for us to do this here in the mainland America and this platform. So thank you to everybody watching. Thank you for tuning in. Dreams can come true. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is no stranger to the world of acting, movies, directing. He just finished his first feature film, 2 hours and 50 minutes. We'll get to that. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your love for director, actor, Sili Agavale. Yes, sir. Woo! Let's go. Watch out, Taika. We're coming for you. No, we want to work with you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Has Taika reached out to you yet? Has he?
I haven't read the phone yet.
We're waiting for your call. Rock, you can call us too if you want. I don't know why I have to go into a fallback accent when I think I want people to understand me. When I talk to other soundboards. Welcome into the show. Thank you so much for showing us that it's possible. Being a trailblazer. Take us back to 18-year-old Sila. Is this what you envisioned, having your first feature? Are you ahead in the process? Where you are when you sat down and looked at your life projection, you're a director now in 2025 with the feature film, 18-year-old Sila. Did you see this?
No, actually. I was primarily an actor back in the day, 18 years old. I was doing community theater. Then I went to the college, pursued my degree in acting, thinking that was going to be my path. Went to New York and did a lot of stage work, and until I found a film that were willing to cast me in. So I did my first film, and that was it. And I go, wow, I could do this. So began the journey.
Now, when you're back in the day, did you see a lot of us? Did you see a lot of brown faces? Did you see a Pacific Islanders trying to do what you're doing back in those days?
No, back in the late '80s, it was no one. There was a gentleman that I really love his work. He was Fijian. His name was Manu.
Manu, Fijian.
And he did a lot of, he's part of the actor studio. And I did, when I was getting my headshot in LA, the photographer said, "Hey, do you know Manu? He's Polynesian." I said, "No." So he gave me his number. And I called him. And I said, "Manu, I'm just new at this game, you know, and would you be willing to hang out and chat and let me get some advice from you."
Wow.
Yeah, so and
That typically doesn't happen a lot.
No.
Right? People kind of gatekeep their secrets on how they got to Hollywood or how they got there open. But that's really inspiring that somebody helped you.
Yeah. No, but he said, "Well, I'm busy right now."
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my bad. Here I am being pros. He is a Hollywood guy. Okay, go ahead.
That didn't stop me because that was I've always looked up to him because he was just also a stage actor.
Okay.
He did Indians in New York, and it was a very which he played Sitting Bull. He was able to maneuver from nationality to nationalities as an actor.
Yeah.
So.
There's a New Zealand guy that does that, Morrison.
Right? Yeah. More like Cliff. What's his
Uncle
name?
Pulley. I just go by Uncle Pulley from
Cliff Curtis.
Cliff Curtis. That's
Cliff
it.
Curtis is very versatile.
Versatile. Yeah. Some movies I would see it. I watch it for a while. I'm like, oh wait a minute, that's what's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Training Day. Training Day. He really surprised me with his role in Training Day.
And Rena Owen also is a good friend of mine, and she's very versatile as well.
You started back in a time where there wasn't a lot of us. Has you seen any changes? Are there more of us now in the business?
Yeah, back then it was perceived like it was a feminine occupation.
Really?
And the culture, from my experience.
Yes.
But ever since The Rock broke through, it has become very fashionable.
Since you brought that up, there's this thing that's been bugging me about The Rock. Not The Rock himself, but he is the #1 guy in Hollywood. Yes, is there any question? He's there. He's doing it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say top 3, top 5, right? I am still struggling, and this is just me, to see more of our people in those places, right? And congratulations to our Sikh, our Indian brothers and sisters. They have made a splash. I see, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
He made a break, and now it's like once he made a break, we've seen people that look like him, that sound like him. I haven't really seen that push or that rush of Pacific Island talent. Now that you got, we could even say Roman Reigns. You could even say Willie Latukefu. You got a Tongan up there along with The Rock, but there still isn't a lot of us in co-stars, in supporting roles. Is it because we're not going out, or is it because things are still the same?
Because we are knocking on the door of other people writing scripts for us. Yeah. So
we're depending on other people to write our stories?
We're depending on other people to write our stories instead of us writing our stories for ourselves. And there's not been a traditional acting program for Samoans or Indian. India has Bollywood.
Yeah.
So they've grown up knowing that they
can do it without America.
Yes. Yeah, and we're just such a part of the American fabric that it's so hard to stand out.
It's so crazy when I'm talking to someone who's in the film industry, how you see things differently. Here I am thinking, man, they're great giving us art. They're giving us things to cope with all of the hard times, not really understanding, that I don't have to wait for them.
No.
To give me what I'm looking for. I can give it to myself.
Yeah.
No
one's going to give you permission to do anything. So you have to do it yourself. You have to give yourself permission. Hey, I'm just as good as that fella, if not more.
Now, along those lines, before I want to take a break, but I want to end this first segment with talking about auditioning. Because you can't win if you don't put your name in first and foremost. I know we're talking about a couple different things, but I wanted to end with the audition part. How do because I get this question asked a lot, I'm assuming you do too. Once people of our culture find out you've been in a movie, you've been in a commercial, there'll be a brave soul that might ask, Sili, I want to come and audition. I want to throw my name in there. How do I come and do that?
For commercials, anybody can do it. I mean, just get an agent, and then they'll call you if they need a specific look. Right? It's all about typecasting. But if you want to be an actor, you got to study.
Thank you. And the reason why I was hoping you'd answer that way, because that's the way we started, and I didn't want to cut you off. You talked about going to school for your craft. You're like an actor. You're not like a big Buddha or a Swelu. We don't just, all of us, we're just lucky to just play ourselves. You went to school to learn your craft. Yeah. Thank you for that. So I just wanted to end that. If you want to be an actor, you gotta learn your craft. That's what I'm saying.
There's no shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
Yeah, because you're working with another person's imagination, and when you do that, it ceases to be yours. Then you gotta act.
See, thank you. You're actually connecting all the dots for us today as far as Hollywood. We're gonna go take a break, but when we do, please set up the trailer. We're gonna watch the trailer for the break. What are we about to see?
You're going to see a very non-traditional type of trailer because we're an independent film and we're proud of that.
And what's the name of the movie?
CUCAMAN.
Enjoy the trailer. We'll be back with more Sili Agavale and how he could be the back door to Hollywood for you.
You don't know where you are, but I can get you to where you're going. Listen. Just listen. Listen to me. Hear me. Take the umbrella if you're expecting rain. I'll get you there. But leave the rest of your crap behind. I'll get you to Alpha Whiskey Romeo. And stay aware. Stay sharp. Don't think about the past. Don't think. Watch out for those two creeps. Two little dumbass and two little dipshit are dangerous. They're dangerous. They're dangerous, like the guitar-strumming doe-eyed girl with a siren song. Dangerous, like the clowns that ain't funny. Go, go, go. Brother, go. Go. Go and don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop going. Keep it going. Pass over this great nation of nothingness. When you reach the end of everything, take a hard left. Now see that? See that? Over there, see that? See that? Look. See it? Yeah. You're here. And it is. And you are.
Welcome back. That was the trailer. CUCAMAN.
Yes.
Man, tell me about shooting during COVID. I understand that was one of the biggest challenges of this movie.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do have to praise COVID a little bit.
Okay.
Without the COVID shutdown, people would not be out of work. And when people are out of work, especially actors, they're more than willing to come and help. Because it is their nature to create, and it's in their nature to be acting. So
you basically just said, what are you going to do? Everything shut down. Come on, let's work together. Come on.
yeah, it was basically I was working on another film, my own other film, and I couldn't get I was doing reshoots. I couldn't get the actors to show up because, the restrictions.
Yeah.
Either you're going to be arrested, you get a fine, or imminent of death.
Or,
the imminent death of COVID.
COVID.
And so we went to the only place that we weren't going to get all three of those, which is the desert. And we created a story from nothing. And here we are. We shot and wrote and shot. That was the method.
How long did it take?
We shot for a year out in the desert, and then we did some reshoots, and most of the time I was trying to edit and put together the film.
Those of us who are novice filmmakers, what having a dream, the dream of having your movie on the big screen, what is the most difficult challenge in any movie endeavor?
I think for me, it's raising the funds because that's when you don't have time, and whenever everybody's in control, don't have any control over their own time, then you have to pay for their time, and that takes money. When you have something like COVID, when you have control of your time, then all you're doing is, please, can I be in your movie?
That's
I'll go
very
where.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this movie would not have come to fruition without COVID-19 or without the lockdown. The actors that came along and.
So let me ask you that then. What would have it looked like if COVID wasn't on? Would you still be working on it? Would you still be in production?
It wouldn't be a thing. We wouldn't be sitting here talking about that specific film. It would be something else.
You worked with what was given to you.
Yeah, whatever it is you have, whatever it is that you have, that's what you got.
Actually, that's actually really interesting. Your movie, it actually now is a placeholder in my mind for COVID. It's the only. I'm sure there was other productions. I don't know those people. I don't know that production. But this production, now that I understand, you shot and produced everything during COVID.
Yes.
I'm going to change the way I look at it, because you were given you did with whatever was given to you. Right?
Yes.
And
whatever
you showed that it's possible.
Yes.
The world was shut down, and I still made a movie.
Right. Most of the movies that came out during the lockdown were people with masks on.
Yeah.
And they were on their computer recording themselves, recording the response from the other guy's computer. And that was the way it went. For us, it was like we were out in the great outdoors. It was the great Utah desert there. And no matter where you placed the camera, it was going to be cinematic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Man, you figured that was great. Life gave you this freaking monkey wrench, man. And you guys turned it into something.
Yeah, it's all the way how you look at it from your So.
If somebody were to sit down, obviously you have an audience, but tell me about the movie. How do you explain the movie? What is it about? Give me the backstory of the movie, if you will.
The backstory, we began with 3 pages. 2 guys meeting. That was it. In a desert. And then they didn't want to get close to each other because it's during the the time when the virus
Yeah.
was overtook the world, and that was it. Everything else that came was all made up. The 3 pages was made up too. So but the movie is a comedy. It's an apocalyptic, and it's also a response on the current times that we were living in. So whatever was going on that was running out or forbidden, like we made fun of toilet paper. Remember when toilet paper was running
everybody,
out?
everybody was hoarding TP.
Yes.
And that wasn't even a symptom.
Yeah.
Who started that? It's like when somebody runs for the fire exit, everybody starts to run, you know?
Right.
You know,
Grab
why are
the
we
toilet
running?
paper.
I don't know. Why'd you grab the toilet paper? I don't know. Cappy get.
Yeah, so comedy is a good genre to work in, because then you can get away with a lot of stuff. And you can the way you play comedy is you play it big or you can play it small.
Well, do you take any reservations because of the politically correct climate that we're in, or do you, there was a time where stand-up comics were being heckled and saying, hey, you can't tell those jokes anymore. Those are not politically correct. You can't tell. As a filmmaker who's diving into comedy, how does that affect you?
Well, that's the way it. That's why it's so good to speak about current events in another in another time or a future time.
Yeah.
So therefore, you're not. Hey,
That's why the apocalypse.
Yeah, you suck.
I got you.
Yeah, instead of being in that world and pointing out, you suck.
We're in 2030.
And nobody would know the difference. They would laugh at that, and somehow you'd be offended if I.
If it were current.
Yeah, if I was.
That is that a psychological thing? What?
Well, there are a lot of movies that do that speak politically on things, but they hide
Time.
it.
They hide it in time
Yes.
travel, or I got you.
I know a good a filmmaker that I admired a lot was Abbas Kiarostami. He's an Iranian filmmaker, but he worked under those political conditions. So how he tells his story, he used a lot of kids. He tells kids' story that reflect on the political climate of Iran.
Do you remember it was, maybe I want to say the 70s or 80s, there was a movie called Bugsy Malone.
Yeah.
They had the whole cast.
The whole
with
kids?
All kids.
Yeah.
That, at first I thought, oh, it's so cute. You can watch kids. But no, it's a gangster movie.
Yeah.
They're using the kids to dumb it down for you so that the murder scenes aren't so graphic. But
Right. So the bitter doesn't go down too hard.
a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what that was.
And people appreciate that too, because you're being clever.
Yeah.
And people like clever, witty things. They makes them feel involved.
Smart comedy.
Yeah, instead of being talked down to.
Why hasn't there been a Polynesian sitcom yet?
That's a good question.
Why hasn't there been a sitcom that you could swing a dead cat and hit a Polynesian these days? How come we're not in TV shows more often? Who are the bullies? I imagine us walking in the picture, but no, it's still our African American and Latinos and big muscle bound people. But how come we're not in more stuff?
I don't know. We do not have a culture that. We do a lot of dancing and a lot of other storytelling.
Yes.
That's because when I was young, I watched my aunt do a church play, and she was weeping from the eyes.
Yes.
And I thought that was incredible.
Yeah.
And so we did those plays for the church, and we also had troops that come in and entertain.
Yeah.
But never an established studio.
I saw that show Fresh Off the Boat. I thought we was going to come out on that.
Oh yeah.
because that is
Right.
we're FOBs. That is a title we have championed that term, to become a positive thing,
Right.
So when I saw that show, no diss to my Asian families, my cousins, but I didn't think of those guys as fobs. Though
Right.
I never think of those guys as fobs. Fobs that I know look like us.
Right.
And then maybe that's a subset culture where all people from island nations just consider themselves fobs. I don't know.
Well, we always have a great sense of humor as Polynesians.
Yes.
We laugh at ourselves. We don't take ourselves very seriously. So,
Well, I don't know. You haven't been to Fast and Testimony meeting lately, but I call those the fireworks shows. If you have not been to those, we should do a sitcom about First Sundays. Yes. We're going to take a break. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to find out what's new. Since you want to audition, we're going to give you some projects that you can go audition for, and maybe a secret on how to get on a show or a movie. One word, cinematographer, the filmmaker. You got to talk to those guys. We'll be right back.
It's on site, drop top, feeling your body all night. The angry cause you do what you want with your life. I'm a cop a dime on that neck if you style. Then you be my side, don't worry about mine. Baby, come closer to me. I'ma give you all that you need. Hand on my heart, girl, you save me. Please believe me, give you my reasons. I'ma give you all that you need. Baby, make it drop, put your hands on your knees. If you want love, you can put it on me. On me, baby, you can make it tough. If you wanna break, we can put it on stop. Flying out of space, we can take it on Mars. Lie on my shoulder, we can watch the stars. If you wanna leave, leave, leave. I know that you need me, but I'll let you go. If you really need some time from me, you are the one. I'll give you all of mine. And I'll give you all. It's on sight. Drop top, feeling your body all night. Yeah, because you do what you want with your life. I'm a cop a dime on that neck if you style. Then you be my side. Don't worry about mine. Baby, come closer to me. I'ma give you all that you need. Hand on my heart, girl, you save me. Please believe me, give you my reasons. Give you no reason. You give everything when I need it. Changes never be, please believe it. I'm just wanting you and it's all I need. I do things for you and it's all on me. Yes, you turn my life forever. Mood switch change like the weather. She like the way it is, life is better. Yeah, she can't fight the pleasure. Told her, baby, come fly a treasure. Yeah, she said she loving on me. Oh, I'm thinking that she like the pressure. Or am I living lonely? Can't keep playing these games that we need. Had to keep it OG. It's on sight, drop top, feeling your body all night. They angry cause you do what you want with your life. I'm a cop a dime on that neck if you style. Then you be my side, don't worry about mine. Baby, come closer to me. I'ma give you all that you need. Hand on my heart, girl, you save me. Please believe me, give you my reasons.
Keep me close, I'm leaving never. Girl, this love could be forever. I stay thick through all the thunder. Till the world comes falling under. She shines bright like diamonds. If she's that fine, I'm climbing. Gotta keep this tight, no fighting. Keep me close, I'm trying. I just wanna hold you. Baby, let me show you. Not trying to
Too, Talofa, and welcome back. Sila and I have been having a wonderful conversation, even off camera, just laughing our butts off. I can't wait for you to tell everybody that story. But if you're interested in film, there are a lot of examples. If you're a Pacific Islander, there's a lot of pioneers in the game who have showed us how to get into directing. Taika Waititi, The Rock, I forgot her name, Jerome Gray's daughter.
Oh,
She's acting. I saw her in a police series.
Okay.
Who else? You got comedians, Tofina with Laughing Samoans, and added to that list that it's becoming a very long list of Pacific Islanders is Sili Agavale. Would you take us back? You got to tell the story because people don't. I want people to understand the struggles you had to go through in order to enjoy the fruits of your labor now. Wow. Why did you go away from shooting in LA? You were talking about trying to find a place that didn't have permits and regulations. That's why you got shot in the desert. Why not LA?
Well, because they've been doing films for a long time, and the merchants or whoever they're very savvy on films. You know, if you want to shoot there, they're going to ask you for money to shoot there.
yeah.
Here, you just shoot anywhere, and they're not too on top of what a film does.
Tell me about how you used to shoot the web series.
Oh, we shot. I shot films and I shot web series in LA. But the first rule you have to know about shooting on the streets in LA was you got to have a student there.
Okay.
And you got to have a runner.
Okay.
And when the cops come, your runner's first responsibility is to grab the camera and run. It's to save the footage. And then when they arrive, that's when the student comes in and flashes his ID and says, "We're a student film." So that was the way we got around that system.
This sounds like a Samoan production all the way through. Tell me, Leo, when the cops come, you grab the camera, run. Run as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Fair Sila. Hey, you the ID, come and show the police student. Okay? That's it. Ready? Action.
And there were many incidents like that where that was it, and that's the protocol.
How many times did it happen?
3 or 4 times. Anytime you're shooting on the streets in LA and don't have a permit, that's going to happen to you.
Now, was your runner a fast guy or a fast girl?
Fast. Yeah. He's got to be fast. You got to pick that guy from the very beginning. You're going to be holding the mic, but in addition to that, you're going to be the runner.
The future of our film depends on you.
Yeah.
Saving the footage.
Saving the footage. We shot back then with film.
Yeah. Now you're saying that once a city gets savvy, they then won't really prohibit you from shooting. They'll just probably ask you for a fee.
Yeah.
Right? They'll charge you. Is that happening here? Have you seen that happen here in Utah, or are they still more of a, creative space? Yeah. I'll let you shoot. Just give me a shout out or something.
Yes, the excitement of being
in the movie.
Yeah, being in the movie, it hasn't worn out for them. So you gotta take advantage of that.
Those poor people. the luster, the allure of the Hollywood lights hasn't worn off.
Yes. And another thing, you gotta have a pretty girl around. I'm sorry to be. It's
well, do you not see who my engineer is? Okay,
yeah.
Anyway.
She has to talk.
Yes, yeah. With her eyes. I think they call it smize. You smile with your eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think back in the day, they used to call it batting with your eyelashes. Right.
I don't mean it to be any, but that was the reality, of things.
Yeah. Are we taking
if you're an independent filmmaker.
Independent filmmaker, those are the struggles. Sid? Are we taking a break? Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue our conversation. Look, this could be your life. This could be your living as a filmmaker. New projects that are on the horizon for Sili Agavale. Maybe you could be part of it. That's next.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that
Talofa, welcome back. Everyday people, we're helping champion everyday people doing extraordinary things. To oversimplify it, we love giving flowers to those who've been doing it for years in our community, and just, but you just had your head down. You've been working steadily. For me, it's a proud moment to shine the light on another Pacific Islander who's, one, living his dream, but two, it's entertainment. You can actually affect other people's attitudes and demeanor. So thank you so much for not letting the world stop you in your creative mind. I wanted to ask about new projects, and we've had this conversation. We're always looking for opportunities for our people to be involved. We got to tell, like you said, we need to tell our own stuff. Don't wait. You're knocking on the doors where people have scripts for themselves. You can write your own scripts. You can do that. What are some new projects on the horizon that you could use? Maybe some new actors or production crew. Maybe somebody wants to tick it off their bucket list. What do you got? And are you open to working with people?
I'm open to working with dogs. I'm open with robots. With people, yes, too. But new actors,
That's a no, guys.
No.
Training.
No, they have to be right for the part.
I'm just kidding.
But some parts, it takes more of skills, skills that you have to learn.
And it's important to recognize that it is a skill. Acting is a skill.
Yes,
you have to understand that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's things that you have to do to get yourself into the world of the story as an actor. Yeah. So, and you always got to use who you are and the circumstances that are given to you by the story to then begin to build the character. And as filmmakers, they love that if an actor is prepared. There's some instance where a guy is just right for the role.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. And I'll just give you a quick example. It's not about me, but I just want to just give people an example. It came out of the blue. My first acting job came out of the blue. I guess they were doing open casting calls and nobody showed up. They were casting for a Tongan exchange student. Nobody showed up. I was on TV for Fox. I was being interviewed by Fox at the time because I was doing radio. The director who was directing the film at the time, Kurt Hale, was watching, saw me. He calls the radio station while I'm on air and says, "I need you you're perfect for the role." And so, only time it ever happened. Yeah. So I do believe you when you say it may not always be about the acting skill. You could just be perfect for the role. We'll work you in. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. And it has to do with the story. Some stories there are no elbow rooms.
Yeah.
But some there's definitely room for experiments.
Tell me about your new projects that you're working. I mean, do you have several projects? What do you got?
I'm always working on a project. My friend and collaborator, Ernesto Broza, who lives in Boston, and
Eddie.
Yeah. We were going to cash in on that ethnic thing, so Eddie became Ernesto. And I just kept my own name.
Well, that's already ethnic. If you were like Bob, I would say, yeah, let's go with Sila.
Yeah.
Let's go with Sila.
But Bob, I've gotten a lot of roles that were written for other ethnicity other than myself. I don't think I've played Samoan once.
Wow.
But most of it are roles written for Caucasian in the description, and you just go in there and you do your thing.
Just a Caucasian with a nice tan.
Yeah, and then you show the casting director or the director if he happens to be in the room. Now we don't do the room anymore. That to change their viewpoint on who they
You
think.
brought that character to life in a way they did not imagine.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, I just caught that.
Yeah. So then they say, oh, that's interesting. Let's have you.
But that's also, see, to me, when you say that, that really, to me, speaks to the creativity process and the true nature of an artist, right?
Yes.
When something unplanned like that happens, right, and you see maybe the creatives didn't come together all the time, but that's a way for another creative to see an alternative
Yes.
to their process.
You got to change their perspective.
Yeah. Is that what auditioning is about? You going in there, or is it? Man, I guess you got to feel the room. Do you give them what they want, or do you give them what you think you can deliver?
I don't know. I've changed my approach on auditioning many times.
Yeah.
I thought I'll give them what they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
That never works.
Yeah.
Or they would never give you a second chance to do adjustments.
Yeah.
Let's think about this. And then you make the adjustments and you come back in. Now it's just, I use it just to act. For a chance to see you act. Do your thing. Don't worry about them. Just, what do you see the character doing? And then do everything that you have to do as an actor to bring about the what the character wants, needs.
Is that part of method acting? I've heard of these method actors where they don't break character in the way that they prepare for a role, where their whole life changes. Like, for example, I saw Shia LaBeouf, right? That guy, I saw him get cast for a gangster movie. He was gonna play a gangster in this movie. I saw him go hang out with gangbangers. I saw him go, try to look like a bang. Is that really? Not everybody does that, but
No.
Are there really people is that really something that actors do that they really got to put themselves there?
To me, the method is a way of working. You have a way of working to getting to the truth, right? In the old days, they split up the two schools. There's the outside in, and then the inside out.
Okay.
And outside in, we normally referred to as the British way, where you put on the costume, put on the makeup, and you do the walk, and then it sips its way into the internal. Since the method came in with the actor studio and all those guys in New York started the movement, it's a way of working from inside out, psychologically.
Would it be
And emotionally.
Can I oversimplify it by saying it's like, if you want to be a cop, you go on a ride along?
Sure, that's
Is that too much?
Yeah, no. Whatever you have to do without killing anybody to get to the truth, because that's really it's not about anything else. It's about finding the truth of that character in that moment with those circumstances.
Are you looking to be a Samoan storyteller, or do you want to just be a storyteller who happens to be Samoan?
Yeah, I like that. I see myself as just a storyteller. The label, all the other label is it doesn't fit. I'm an actor.
Samoan is second.
Yes.
No, I don't mean that as a bad thing. I'm just talking about solely as a movie director, filmmaker, right?
Yeah.
You want to tell a story. It doesn't matter whose story it is.
Yeah. I'm already Samoan.
Yeah, thank you.
That's out.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Because we don't do that with our Caucasian brothers. We don't point out that, hey, you're a great director.
No.
And you're white. Gosh.
No.
That's incredible. I can't believe it that you're white too. That's right. We don't do that.
No. Everything is colored by our perspective as an artist. How you look at things. It's automatically going to be colored how you're going to create something. So I don't consider myself anything else other than the label actor, director, whatever it is. Yeah,
You're already Samoan.
I'm already
You
someone.
don't have to tell people that.
Yes.
I like that. I like that. Sorry, I keep going off topic, but the new project? Can people submit ideas to you? Can they, a storyline? Is that possible? Maybe you don't want to open the floodgates.
No, storytelling is from a personal place. It's your own personal take on things. I can't tell your story. I can, but it's going to be from my perspective. I got to find a way into your life and the circumstances that you were given.
Is it important to infuse your culture into your projects? I mean, we don't talk about, I know we just mentioned that you're Samoan. You don't have to tell people Samoan. But as a director and a filmmaker, do you try to insert, for example, Taika, I see his stuff. He adds in the humor, and I can tell that that's our Pacific Islander humor without him telling me it's Pacific Islander humor. Do you attempt to do that?
I don't know. What I try to do is, I try to be the best version of me. So then, for when something good happens, then that shines a light on, hey, I can do that too, or I can tell stories like him. I'm sorry, I ran off the rail on your question. I'm not quite sure what the question was.
Neither am I.
All right, but do I infuse the things
Easter eggs. So maybe that was a better question. Do you try to plant cultural Easter eggs in your productions without explaining them? Like the comedy that Taika puts in his film. If you're Polynesian, you can instinctively feel those jokes that he's talking about, right? Do you try to attempt to do that, or that just comes off naturally in your story?
It comes off naturally because it's for me. It's the story that's coming from my imagination. But if it's another person's script that I have to direct, then I have to be truthful to his vision. What his story, the intent of his story, or
I wanted to end on how we started, only because you did bring it up, and I do echo those things. When back in the day, when you were 18, and I'm talking about us, anybody who's 18, and you're trying something new, like acting, and you tell your parents what you're doing for a living, sometimes it doesn't curl over all the way. I wanted to be an athlete. My parents would always say, can you be full? Can you eat the ball? Right. Can you pay your rent with a ball? Back in those days, education was the most important thing, right? Yeah. It wasn't until years later when we took a chokehold on the NFL, and sports, that we started putting kids in clinics, and we realized that maybe that could be an out for us, right? When we've been telling stories our entire life as Samoans and Polynesians. So to that end, I wanted to, if you wouldn't mind, how does our family take you as a director, and maybe shout them out, mom's side, dad's side, so that everybody at home can feel the connection and know, my cousin was a movie director. That sense of pride. Tell me about your family, your background.
Well, when I started off as an actor, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't tell nobody in my family knew that I was an actor. Wow. That went on for years because I didn't
Even
understand.
When you were in school?
No, in the school, yes.
Okay.
When I finally made that jump, but nobody knew. I'd never talk about it. This is not a thing that I come home and, hey, the play tonight was amazing. Those moments.
I got play.
Right. But it's just a personal thing to me. And then, of course, when you talk about parents, I think they have to be educated as well. They have to expand beyond their understanding as well. Because when you're coming from the islands, and there are a lot more here in America, which the young kids, the children automatically get into to the vibe of what's going on in America. It's freedom.
They assimilate a lot faster.
Yeah,
sure.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, yeah, they assimilate a lot faster than the old folks. So it takes them a long time to get to understand that it is a craft. It is valid and legit to make a living.
Yeah. Where are your parents from in Samoa?
My mother's from Salalonga. And
the town. Oh, she's the town girl. I forgot that.
And my father is from, the Leilua is from Fusi.
Fusi Safukulava, that's where we connect, yes. And John, our bass player cousin, he plays, he's a Leilua too, so that's our connection.
Yeah.
Fusi Safukulava, that's where, you know what, I would love to, I'm an idea guy. I would love, is it possible? I don't know how this comes about. Does it come out in a series? Does it come out in a web series? Is it possible to do a web series on our, what is the tales, the legends of like Titi Atalanga, stealing fire away from the giants so that we could have cooked food. Tuna and Fata, the uprising when Samoa and Tonga finally separated. Is there room for us in that space where non-Polynesians would love to hear our stories?
Oh yeah, no, it'd be very popular because it's something they're not used to, and we're so smart as a viewing audience of what story is, and something like telling an indigenous Samoan story, of ancestral story, would be very attractive to them. I think because it's something that they would like to know more about.
Yeah.
And even the new generation of Samoans would like to understand more of themselves through the films.
And would it, in your opinion, would it be a better avenue? No, actually, for the generation here, I think it would speed things up if they did have media like that to watch and look, and maybe inspire them to do deeper research in their own culture. But as of yet, we don't have that.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of stories that are not told that needs to be told.
If you guys have a story, if you have a web series idea, one of the things is you can do it yourself, but maybe not knowing there's a director out there, right? You're a director. Maybe they're just looking for the right person to help them catapult their experience, their project. I ran into two young Tongan artists. They were starting an anime series.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it was all based on in the South Pacific, having anime. How come we don't have an origin story in Marvel?
There we go.
How come we don't have a Polynesian superhero?
That sounds like a.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying that the new generation needs to pick up on this
And it's so much
industry.
easier.
Yes.
For them, because they are in the industry, they are in the technology much faster. Like assimilate, they can assimilate faster than us.
Right. Technology is easy to learn. It's storytelling, and it all comes down to that thing. Storytelling is the key. If you can tell a story, more power to you, because the equipment is easy.
Well, I will say this, that I know that our ancestors, whether you're Tongan, Samoan, Pacific Islanders, they are proud of you and the work that you're doing because you are continuing our legacy as storytellers. Anybody who knows our culture and our people, we weren't able to write our stories down. We had to tell it through dance. We had to tell it through story. And you are continuing that legacy of our ancient storytellers. Thank you so much for being brave.
Well, thank you.
In closing, is there anything that you would like to say to our viewing audience and about the movie industry?
It's I hope you enjoyed the trailer, but I have nothing to say except that I think Samoans need to organize. I don't know who will do that, but is having a place to. Every city has a place where we can have the arts like acting, teach acting, filmmaking to our people, and that will.
There's no place like that.
They have it in schools, but it's
not for
the
people.
Western storytelling is always they lead with that, and it's important to know the history of acting, Western acting, history of plays and influences. But it's also important that you take those and you apply it into your culture.
Where can we catch the film? When can we catch the film?
Right now, it's making the festival circuit, doing this festival circuit, and then I'm hoping to have a screening pretty soon. I just gotta, I have a GoFundMe campaign to help with the cost of those.
Man, we could have plugged the GoFundMe tonight. You have a GoFundMe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we go help you out with the GoFundMe?
Well, I can. I just put it together, so.
We'll look for it. So send the link in. We'll make sure
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah. We'd love for a screening too, and maybe we can qualify people, put them on the list so that you can have a RSVP, so you know how many heads are coming. We'd love to help you champion it.
Oh, thank you.
To see a Samoan filmmaker's movie in a theater, that would be tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I remember what I was going to say. I'm always a constant student, and I don't know it all, but I'm always. I love learning, and I think that's the key into your creativity. That you're not boxed in. That you're always picking up a book or whatever, that you know the technology and you know what you're doing. So you don't go to a guy who doesn't know anything about cars to fix your car. But
but we do that all the time. But we do that all the time.
And that's the lesson.
Say, give me the hanger. Give me the hanger.
Right.
Okay, call now. You can call. But thank you so much for being a shining example, showing not just our Samoan, Pacific Islander, Tongan youth, whatever, that they can do it, but youth in general, that it can be done. So thank you so much. That's our show. That's our time. Please click like and share. If you are a movie buff, a movie maker, a filmmaker, you got a script, please look up my cousin Sila. Maybe he can help out, or maybe you want to collaborate. As we say every day on Everyday People, if we can help one person, we've done our job. And also, please be kind. Have a good one. We'll see you Friday morning for Everyday People. You got one last thing?
Yeah, and I'd like to answer your question. I am working on other scripts that deals with our indigenous stories, and I'll let that. I'll send it to you once it's done.
Okay.
The script wise and the script. And,
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Casting.
I just got my acting job. Look at that. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you guys on Friday for Everyday People. Fala aí. Bye.
046, gotta keep it. I took the chance upon myself, I chased the dream. I thought the worst is gonna happen, and it happened. To become reality, I got a ducking off a jump. Paddy wagon, living up, pants sagging with the cops. We were meant to reach the heights we did today. I felt like kinda let it play. I guess it's better off chopping trees, better not bother me. Get 'em up, off of me with a top prodigy. I took a plane, went around, picture this better now. Hustle, no pain, proof, got a no pain, fool, but I'm still here, breathing, still grateful. Times change, but my brother stayed loyal to the cliff. Faithful, poverty ain't shit, but another plain view. You went from the sun, motherfucker, look, it ain't you. This is what I grieve through, build it up and as we grow, see it ain't the same views. Ayy, see it ain't the same views. The map because it's just the vibes out. Change it only happens when you're running in the times out. Hustle hard, yeah, we get it every day. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the grind, the way. The map because it's just the vibes out. Change it only happens when you're running in the times out. Hustle hard, yeah, we get it every day. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the grind,
I just wanna make memories forever that stay with me. I've come a long way from where I've been, so you can't play with me. I just wanna make memories forever that stay with me. I've come a long way from Working like we ain't at the top. Beat the puffin', now we making money, cream of the crop. Money motivation.